My name is Lydia Ortega. I grew up in East Los Angeles with my brother and sisters. We didn't have many luxuries because my parents put their money into our education. I am a proud member of the Ortega family, but I am more than that. In 1987, with the love, support, and sacrifice of my family, I earned a doctorate in economics. Years later, a friend told me he had reviewed the data on women and minorities earning doctorates in the 1980s. Statistically speaking, he said, you shouldn't exist. I guess I was lucky that no one told me I couldn't do it. And I was lucky that my father taught us to set the highest possible goals. Reach for the moon, he said. If you fall short, you still land among the stars. So I worked hard. There were plenty of obstacles, but I wasn't derailed. I went around the obstacles, over them, through them, under them, or I just ignored them. In retrospect, I know there was racism and sexism, but I literally couldn't see it while I was working towards the degree. I chose not to spend an iota of effort complaining that the path I was on was not carpeted or well lit. I knew that by getting to the light at the end of the tunnel, I would be doing my part to make the tunnel bigger for others. By focusing on my family and my goal, I made the statistically impossible possible. I am an economist, but I am more than that. I am the ruler over myself. I am responsible for my choices. To be kind, to be strong, to be generous, to forgive, to persevere, to set unimaginable goals. I rule over this unique DNA expression of my parents. I rule myself to be happy and healthy. I rule myself to live in peace and to respect the sovereignty of other individuals. Being the best that I can be is the one thing that I alone have full responsibility over. Trust me, this is a lifelong job. Only I can clean out my psychological closets. But as I succeed, bit by bit, I improve the world directly around me. And in an ever-expanding ripple, I touch the world beyond me. I am a sovereign individual, and there is nothing more powerful than that. I have chosen to align my sovereign little kingdom with Republicans. Republicans value individual sovereignty and the role it plays in our form of government. From the very beginning, this country's founders had to solve the problem of sovereignty. Breaking away from King George III was a massive task. It took courage. But just as challenging was creating a new form of government. It had to be a form of government that the colonies would agree to, one that would stop future attempts to reestablish a king, and a form of government that could endure. The founders also knew that defeating King George would immediately create a power vacuum. How could they fill the vacuum? They focused on you, the powerful individual. The founders made individuals the sovereign rulers over themselves and restricted government. It's an upside-down form of government. Individuals are sovereign and politicians are public servants. I have found Republican individuals to be a welcoming, optimistic, and happy association of sovereign individuals. If you are ready to assume your throne, I hope you will join us. You will be treated like royalty.